Before I got my driver's license, I was terrified of driving. I had no experience, no confidence. Honestly, I didn't even think I could do it. And if you're watching this right now, feeling scared to drive or like it's too hard, this video is for you. I'm not just going to tell you my story. I'm going to tell you exactly what helped me. Hi, my name is Princess. I'm from Namibia and I'm a former au pair in the US. My first time behind the wheel, my hands were literally shaking. I was overthinking everything. The clutch, the steering, everything. It all felt like, it felt a lot. And it didn't get better like immediately. Because to be honest, I actually failed my driving test like 3 times.
You cannot be for real. Oh my God, you for real? No, you for fake. No, you for real.
Yeah, 3 times. Not once, not twice. 3 times. And after the 3rd time, I felt like giving up completely. I really started thinking maybe driving just isn't for me, But then I realized something that changed everything. I wasn't failing because I couldn't drive. I was failing because I didn't have a system. So I decided to create one. The first thing I did was I paid for a driving school package. I paid for the 7 hours one where I think it was, I don't know, the prices might not be the same like right now, but I paid for I think 1,300 or 1,005. I'm not too certain on the price, but I know I paid 1,000 something for 7 hours plus the NATA's test. And the reason why I did it was when you pay, you commit. I told myself every single day, I am going to do an hour. No excuses. Every single day, back to back for 7 days straight, I'm going to do 1 hour of driving school. And that alone made a big difference. The second thing I did was stop trying to learn everything at once. Stop trying to take in all the information because, mind you, all of this is new to me. I don't know. So, instead, I started to focus on one thing at a time. For instance, if I struggled with a clutch, then I would focus on, in one lesson I would focus on the clutch and only on the clutch until I have mastered it. If I struggled with parking, I focused only on the parking part until I mastered it. That made everything feel a little less overwhelming and it helped me improve quite fast. Now let me tell you how I use my failures to actually get better. So let me tell you about the first time I failed my first test. The first thing that I failed was, my first test was the parking. Yes, because I know I did a parallel park and I hit a cone. So that was a fail. So that's when I failed my first test. I went back. So after focusing on that parking and failed it, came back and passed my parking, but then failed the hill because I didn't have my clutch in order, my clutch system in order. So I struggled with the hill because of my clutch problem that I had. So I went back to the driving school. I've
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
perfected my parking already. I only focused on the clutch and the hill. We did multiple hills. We drove to all the hills we could find in town, and we practiced over and over and over and over. I did the hill over and over and over until I mastered it. The third time I failed, I paused my parking, I paused my hill, so we went outside the yard and into the streets. We went into the highway, we went into town, we drove in town. And the reason I failed the third time was checking. I didn't check properly, and I didn't indicate my turn signals properly. So then I failed outside, and we came back, and I went back to the driving school. And what we did was we focused on driving outside. We focused on turn signals. We focused on driving on highways, putting your fog lights on. We focused on everything that I needed to know outside, of the yard. Each time I failed, I did not quit. Very important. Do not quit. Do not quit. I just asked myself, what went wrong and how do I fix it? Another thing I learned is that fear doesn't go away before you start. You don't suddenly feel confident and then begin. You start first, and then confidence comes later. So if you're waiting to feel ready, you might be waiting forever. Also, if you can try to practice outside of your lessons, like on your own, if your parents have a car, if your friends have a car, if your boyfriend has a car, do that. Even if it's just you sitting in the car, understanding the controls, getting comfortable, because the familiar things feel less scary. And then on my fourth attempt, I passed everything 100%. It wasn't because I became perfect. It was because I became consistent. So if you're scared of driving right now, here's what I want you to remember. Commit to learning. Focus on one thing at a time. Use your failures to improve. And don't wait to feel confident. Just try. If I could go from being terrified to passing my test, you can too. If you have any questions about driving or being an au pair or even living in America, leave me a comment below and I'll see you in my next video.